Everyone. It's Tuesday, May 21st at 2 o'clock. We're in the Carson City Community Center Sierra Room for the tentative budget hearing for the 2019-2020 Culture and Tourism budget. I better get my agenda. Roll call, please.
Trish Trinowith. Mike Riggs.
Present.
Mike Jones.
Here.
Mike Santos.
Here.
Stacy Giomi.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay, if we get everyone to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Public comment portion. Seeing no public comment, we'll move on to, for possible action, the adoption of the agenda. I don't see any reason to change the agenda. Seeing no objections, we'll move along. With that, we will now open the public hearing to consider the approval of the fiscal year 2019-2020 tentative budget report for the Carson City Culture and Tourism Authority. The way it will work, I'll first allow questions from members of the TA staff, then I will open it for public input, followed by additional questions from the board. I will then close the hearing before we move on to the next agenda item, which will be to take action and approve the tentative fiscal year 2019-2020 budget. With that, do we have any questions from the CTA staff?
No questions.
We have no public input. Seeing no public input, I will close the hearing and now open it up to the board to discuss the 2019-2020 budget, tentative budget.
Thank you, Chair Jones. For the record, David Peterson, Executive Director with the Carson City Culture and Tourism Authority. In your packets, you do have the fiscal 20 tentative budget, which includes 3 governmental funds that include an estimated expenditure amount totaling $2,585,354. If you all could turn to page 3 of 13, using the page numbers of the actual Department of Taxation report. This is the FTEs by function report, Schedule S2, and you will see that we are indeed fully staffed. We have 6 positions split between general government and culture and recreation. On the next page is Schedule A. Those are the estimated revenues and other resources. The beginning balances in column 1 are the fiscal 19 financial statement ending fund balances. In column 5, you will see 3 funds listed with the projected lodging tax revenues for each. The total projection for fiscal 20 lodging tax revenue is $2,428,131. In column 7, you will see $426,527. That's the transfer in from the V&T Capital Fund, and those are dollars which can be used for the benefit and the marketing of the V&T. And this is the 3rd year for those dollars. On the next page is Schedule A1. That reflects the estimated expenditures. Again, you will see the expenditures by each of the 3 funds. The first line, where you see the salaries, wages, employee benefits, and services supplies, those are inclusive of the general government and the culture recreation categories. The $403,455 under the Capital Projects Fund, that covers the bond and the interest for fiscal year 20. And then under the V&T Capital Projects Fund, that's the $65,000 fiscal 20 payment that we will make to the V&T. And then just, again, the $426,527, that reflects the transfer out from this fund and into the general fund, as I previously mentioned, for the benefit and the marketing of the V&T. On page 6 of 13, you will see the Schedule B, General Fund Revenues. This includes the lodging tax revenues, followed by the intergovernmental revenue, which is where we put the grants that we receive from the Nevada Commission on Tourism. And then the miscellaneous revenue line item is where the interest income is placed. On the next page, Schedule B10, the expenditures are broken down by function and activity. Under general government, the expenditures cover the salaries and benefits for Chris, Linda, and I, as well as the administrative operating expenditures for the CTA. Under culture and recreation, the salaries and benefits for Lydia, James, and Shauna, and any hourly employees are reflected along with the marketing, PR, sales, and events-related expenditures. The intergovernmental expenditures include the 2% cooperative agreement with the city. That includes the funding for the Arts and Culture Department, the field maintenance, and the payment to the state of Nevada for the 3/8 of 1% that funds the Division of
Hey,
Tourism.
David, I'm
Yes,
sorry, I
yes.
got one question. The difference between 18 and 19 and 20 for the intergovernmental expenses, that was, I guess, Joel and Mark, where Joel was on contract and wouldn't, it would be listed. The 324, we jump up like 230,000 on
Yeah.
B10,
Yep.
page 7.
So on the intergovernmental expenditures, in the prior year ending 2018, it was 324, 368. That was most of the year, we were 1% to the city because Mark was still under us. The Arts and Culture Department was still under us. So this year, we're estimating with a full year of Mark being with the city.
Okay.
So that's the difference there. As far as the NB consulting contract versus having David as the full executive director, that's why you see the difference in the salaries and wages
Right.
up in the general government.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. On the next page, you will see Schedule B11, and that just breaks down the general fund expenditures by function and activity. The next two pages, Schedule B14 related, they break down the revenues and the expenditures for the V&T Capital Projects Fund and the Capital Projects Fund. The next page, Schedule T, shows the transfer from the V&T Capital Projects Fund to the general fund, again, for the benefit and the marketing of the V&T. And then Schedule 31 on page 12 notates the two new contracts that are in place for fiscal '20 with KPS3 and Computer Artistry. The second contract with KPS3, although included in our budgeted expenses, is not listed as it wasn't officially approved at the time we submitted the fiscal '20 budget to the Department of Taxation. So with that, I'm happy to answer any questions the board may have.
Any questions from the
Yeah,
board?
just a quick one. Can we go back to, maybe you said it and I missed it. Hold on, let me, on page 6, the transfer in 18, 19, and 20 is the V&T. Does that match up? Is that what that is? 426, 527, and 20?
That's correct. Yeah, so there's the transfer out from the
Okay,
V&T.
sorry, I thought the numbers were different. I was looking at the wrong number on page 4. I was looking at the capital funds, 428, 687. I thought they didn't match, but that's me. I was looking at the wrong number. That was it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions, concerns from the board? Any other comments from the staff?
No comment on the staff's end?
There are no other further questions or concerns. Can I get a motion to approve?
Sure. Move to approve the FY 20 tentative budget for the convention and Carson City Cultural and Tourism Authority.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. We'll move on. Any announcements or requests for information from the board or the staff? At this time, I'll ask for any public comment. Seeing none, we'll need a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion we adjourn.
Right, meeting's adjourned.